Shalom Alochon. Thank you very much for your patience as we tried to sort out the seating arrangement. Good evening and welcome to the Nebuchadnezzar Isabi Music Program's Winter Music Recital. My name is Rain Hannah, and on behalf of the Assyrian Universal Alliance Foundation, I would like to thank you for joining us here tonight. The Nebuchadnezzar Isabi Music Program envisions a society where Assyrian children have access to the unique social, emotional, and intellectual benefits achieved through musical excellence. Our goal is to identify Assyrian Americans with exceptional talents at an early age and enable them to engage their talents to become effective cultural leaders. Here at the AUAF, we believe that music is transformative and that it empowers the lives of youth and communities. Through intensive instruction and performance, our students not only achieve excellence in music, but they grow socially, emotionally, and intellectually. And they also develop a foundation of responsibility, self-esteem, resilience, and purpose. Our students have worked very hard in preparation for tonight's event, and they are excited to share with you what they've learned. But before I get started, I would like to ask you to please silence your cell phones to avoid disruptions. Also, should you need to leave the Nineveh Hall during the show, we kindly ask that you only do so between performances. And without further ado, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you our very first performances of the evening. Please join me in welcoming Nineveh Khobir and Mariella Khoshaba, who will open the show with Caprice by Paganini. Next, we have Christina Huerta playing the cello and Andrew Assyrian on the piano. They're going to perform Long, Long Ago by Bailey. Yeah. Please welcome Oline Badin on the viola, Mariella Khoshaba also on the viola, and Bahra Khobir on the violin. They're going to perform Symphony number 40 by Mozart. Please welcome Nina Newman on the flute and Tina Ibrahimi on the piano. They're going to perform Minuet by Bach. Next, we have Jenny Toya on the piano playing Qalat Qiqwana by Bet Yonan. Next, we have Rina Raffo and Anthony Temmo, both on the piano, performing Fascination by Marchetti. Next, we have Ashtar Ishu and Christina Werda on the cello, playing Minuet by Lully. Please join me in welcoming Andrew Assyrian on the piano. He will perform Harmony of Angels by Bergmüller. Performing Gymnopédie, we have Anna Maglaris on the flute, Brianna Bu Malhab, George Lawando, Ramil Pithu, Spanya Odishu, Rina Raffo, Rita Raffo, Jenny Toya, Yusuf Wilson, and Hardin Wilson, all on the guitar.
One, two, three.
Next, on the piano, we have Andrew Assyrian and Valentina Spacek performing Arioso by Bach. Performing Bulbul Di by Bedyonen is Rina Raffo on the piano. Next, we have Isabel Cayo playing the flute and Ileana Badin on the piano. They're going to perform Minuet by Beethoven. Next, we have Ishtar Ishu performing Intermezzo by Hook on the cello. Performing a trio by Bedyonen, we have Jenny Toya on the piano, Nineveh Ishu on first violin, and Bahra Khobir on second violin. Next, we have Jenna Oshana on the bass clarinet playing Tromeri by Schumann. Next, we have Taylor Oshana on the bassoon, Anna Maglaris on the flute, and Anthony Temmo on the piano, performing a trio by Bedyonen. Next, we have Ninve Chobier and Jenny Toya, both on the piano, performing Waltz by Strauss. Next, performing Ensemble by Bedyonin, we have Stephanie Sorisho on the cello, Jenna Oshana on the clarinet, Nina Newman on the flute, Jenny Toya on the piano, and Nineveh Ishu on the violin. Next, performing Habanera by Bizet, we have Brianna Bu Melhab on the soprano, Ishtar Ishu, Stephanie Sorishu, Christina Huerta on the cello. On the flute, we have Isabel Cayu, Anna Maglaris, Nina Newman. And on the guitar, we have Spania Odishu, Hardin Wilson, and Yusuf Wilson.
One, two.
For our final student performance of the evening, we have Stephanie Sorishu performing Sonata by Vilvadi on the cello. Today, we are not only celebrating the fact that your children have learned to play these instruments, but that they are willing to share this gift with others. It's not an easy task to take the stage and perform, and the confidence that these children are building by learning to do this from a young age is so valuable. The students who perform tonight are part of the AUAF orchestra, the first of its kind. They are students who have excelled, demonstrating both talent and dedication, and they have worked very hard to be here. We'd like to invite our students back on the stage for one final bow. George Lawendo, Rita Raffo, Ramil Pithiu, Spania Odisho, Hardeen Wilson, Yusuf Wilson, Tina Ibrahimi, Valentina Spacek, Nineveh Khobier, Christina Werda, Stephanie Sorisho, Ishtar Ishu, Rina Rafo, Andrew Ashurian, Anthony Temmo, Jenny Toya, Isabel Cayo, Anna Maglaras, Nina Newman, Nineveh Ishu, Mariela Khoshaba, Bahra Khobier, Oline Badin, Eliana Badin, Jenna Oshana, Taylor Oshana, and lastly, Brianna Boo Malhab. It is now my great pleasure to introduce to you the man whose vision and commitment to these students and their success made all of this possible. Please join me in welcoming AUAF President and Director of the Nebu J. Isabi Music Program, Mr. Tiglet Isabi.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much for joining us for this wonderful recital. There's so much to say. Of course, we have about over 130 students. They all could not be here with us. Otherwise, you would be here all night. There's so much to say. To start with, Board of Directors, this vision is supported by them, otherwise it would not exist. I thank them all, every one of them, especially my good friend, Joseph Badalpur, which absolutely has supported this. Without him, I couldn't do this, really, honestly. And what I am going to say today is to the parents that worked so hard, being part of this team, really a team work. every day, in and out, practicing with their kids, sitting down with their kids in the lesson, and I cannot say enough about how much you have done. People that manage this program. Sabriya, please. Rain Hanna. Wonderful teachers that we have here that really care about these students, especially Rabi Rassam Bedion. This man is actually involved 24/7 in this school, in these kids. He cares about these kids more than some parents, honestly. I cannot say enough. Thank you, Rassam. Yes. Try to remember everything. I must say this message, most important message, should go to the kids here, really. You have frames in your hand and pictures that you're going to go look at. My message to you is, the reason for these pictures is really for you to be a reminder of what position you have in your society, in the Assyrian community. You have to remember every time you look at those pictures, you have to be reminded that you have a very important role in this community. You are going to be the leaders of Assyrian music. You're going to change the Assyrian music forever. And this is the most important thing you should remember. You are very important. Remember that. Next year, we are going to have a very serious concert, beginning of October of next year. You are going to open a concert in front of a symphony orchestra, a chorus, a very important audience. So that tells you how important you are. Okay, so remember every time you look at that picture how hard you have to work. I thank you all for doing all the work you've done and for this beginning. Thank you all. Thank you so much. At this point, I want to have the kids come to the side. There was a young man I met some time ago, a wonderful artist, musician that studied by Rabi Rassam Bedion for several years. He has become a wonderful pianist and composer, and I asked him tonight to perform for us one Assyrian piece that's again arranged by Rabi Rassam Bedion. Please welcome Mr. Adam Bax. Thank you.
members of our community whose passion for music and the arts, but more importantly, their commitment to creating opportunities for young Assyrians to experience and embrace the arts. Parents and community members have expressed their deepest gratitude for the visionary guidance and exceptional leadership of these two individuals, and have asked that we find a small way to honor them both here tonight. For that reason, it is my great honor to present appreciation awards to our music director, Tiglat Isabi, and our fine arts director, Joseph Badalpour, in grateful recognition of your valuable contribution towards the preservation and growth of the Assyrian arts and music. Thank you both.
Really, thank you.
The success of both the Nebuchadnezzar Isabi Music Program and the AUAF Fine Arts Program is owed not only to Tiglat and Joseph, but as Tiglat mentioned earlier, to our talented staff who inspire us every day with their positive energy and dedication. I'd like to take a moment to recognize our music program staff, Rasen Bidyonen, Isaac Shamoun, Safa Safarian, Dennis Connor, Kajel Slepnis, and Andrew Miller. Thanks as well to our Fine Arts Assistant Director, Rebel Bishmuel, who always goes above and beyond, as well as our art program staff, John Malik, Hannah Hummel, and Jeanette Habash. Thank you all. And lastly, many thanks to all of our program parents who have supported and contributed our programs. On behalf of the AUAF, I'd like to thank you all once more for joining us here this evening. We wish you and your families a joyful Christmas and a safe and happy New Year. Edochon ureshe dochon hawi briche b'simeraba.